What is up, everybody? Welcome to this video. Welcome to my channel. If you get any useful information out of this video, or if you just enjoy the video in general, please leave a like and don't hesitate to subscribe. But this article I wanted to bring up and talk about came out on April 2nd. A lot of people skipped over this, but it was part of the Ask the Developer. I believe it was in a video that they made. But anyways, beside the point, one of the main issues of the original Switch was the fact that the storefront, the Nintendo eShop on it, was very slow. It just kind of lagged on, and you would scroll down in the list of games, and it would just take forever to load up the next batch of games in the eShop. Another issue is that the eShop was never tailored to you individually. It just had whatever, or it just promoted whatever game that came out. It just promoted it, and there was nothing tailored to your experience specifically. Now, on this Ask a Developer Volume 16, Part 4, they actually give us a glimpse of what the eShop is going to look like on the Nintendo Switch 2. So I just wanted to go ahead and go over it with you guys today and take a look at it. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and scroll down to where it says, where it talks about it rather. So it says, so if you use the virtual game card feature, you can also do things like lending your digital games to other family members. Now this is the section I'm talking about. Apart from this, are there any other features returning from Switch that benefit from the Switch 2 system's capabilities? He goes on to say, thanks to the system's performance capabilities, Nintendo eShop on Switch 2 has been improved and runs smoothly. Even when displaying a large number of games, we believe the act of finding the game you want to play is in itself part of the game system experience. Also, there's a feature on Nintendo eShop called Game Finds for You, which lets you quickly see screenshots and watch introduction videos for games. They have a little example here, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. It gives us a insight and a sneak preview at what the eShop is actually going to look like, and essentially what it's going to function like. So let's go ahead and take a look at it here. Alright, so right off the bat, let's go ahead and, there we go, that's better. So right now what we're looking at is the Nintendo eShop on the Nintendo Switch 2. You got featured titles here on the left-hand side at the top. You can search for products, game finds for you, which here it says, hey there, Sarah. Well, you know, obviously it's going to say your name on your Switch, but looking to find some games, we've got recommendations. Games will be recommended based on your preferences, and your finds will be refreshed every Saturday, which is nice. We also have the wish list, which is nice. I actually am a big fan of the fact that they've put your wish list on this left side column here, because before it was kind of like you had to go through like 2 or 3 selections and menus to get to your wish list and see what games you had on it. It was kind of a pain to get to, especially because of how slow the eShop was. So then you got great deals. You have best-selling software, recent releases, which is kind of weird that it's way down here now for the recent releases. You have coming soon, Nintendo Switch Online, and enter code. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think enter code was ever part of the list on the left-hand side. I could be wrong, but I like to see that there. It makes it easier to access. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video. It gives kind of a rundown of it, so let's go ahead and watch it. So it kind of shows you what that looks like. It gives you a brief video. It even shows you the price down here on the left hand side, and it tells you who you've played this game with before and the type of game it is. So you can it's kind of like Steam's feature of like their what is that called? It's like a Steam has this feature where you can they recommend you games based on what you play, and you can skip them or something like that. So yeah, it's kind of showing you Tears of the Kingdom $69.99. You can expand them to get more details and even purchase them if they look interesting. Yeah, this is super similar to a system that Steam also has on their platform. I forget how it's implemented off the top of my head, but it's very, very similar. He goes on to say, with this feature, I think players will be able to easily find something interesting without having to search every nook and cranny of Nintendo eShop, I love that. And then he says, I think it was a big deal for us that with the improvement of the system's processing capability, we were able to take our goals one step forward. First, we prioritized making the system appeal to as many players as possible. Then we shifted our focus to improving the player experience. The team came together to create something with that goal in mind. So I'm really digging this. As you can see in this footage, like you can see how he navigates this recommended section of games here. It seems to be running smoothly, and when he switches from game to game, it's, you know, not taking forever to load up the next game. It actually seems like a very smooth and natural transition between the games. Even when he clicks on this here, it shows him go to the, like, look how seamless that was. There was no loading. It just kind of minimized into like the game store page, which is nice. They've definitely improved the eShop. It looks like it's running smoothly based on this video here, which is nice. But the other concern that I have is, off the top of my head, I do remember that the original Switch store, it was never great when it first released. It was still slow, but I feel like, if, like, tell me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but I remember that it actually ran better when the Switch first came out, and over time, as more games came out and there was a bigger library on the original Switch, I feel like it started running worse. I could be wrong about that, but either way, if I am correct about that, hopefully that's not something that happens with the Switch 2 store. Hopefully it doesn't start running more and more terribly as more games come out for it, but I guess time will tell. Currently it looks great. Currently it looks like it's running very smoothly and very nice. I like the way the side left panel here is set up, the way each I don't even know what to call it, each title here. I like the things that they have set up here on the side. It looks nice. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about the way the new Nintendo eShop is set up. Don't forget to give a like on this video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.